Hello, ladies and gentlemen, as guardians and mutants alike. Welcome to another Liam Aiden gameplay video. Back with more Marvel Strike Force today. You know, it's been a really long time since I made an MSF video. I think the last one that I did would have been my video for unlocking Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, which would have been right back at the beginning of November. So it's been a long time, about 6 weeks, I think. So it's about time we took another look at the world of Marvel Strike Force. Obviously, we've had a lot going on in game, a lot of additions. The real-time arena, for example, is one of the changes that have happened recently. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. I know there's a lot of mixed kind of reactions out there. I don't absolutely hate it, but I'm also really not enjoying it, and I don't really see the value in it. I'm not going to be getting a battle pass right now. I'm really just using it as, I'm just seeing it as one of those things you have to do. You have to cross it off your daily requirements to fight those 2 battles. Not really enjoying it. What about you? Let me know down below. Not really doing it for me. Of course, we've also had a lot of new characters join us in the game. We've got, obviously, Shatterstars right down at the bottom there. Longshot is going to come soon with those amazing X-Men that we've got coming in, or Astonishing X-Men, Doctor Doom, and just a bunch of others. So many I can't even remember them all. But this video is just going to be a quick video today, because what I actually want to talk about is what I think is quite possibly the worst team in the game. So forget about the new characters, forget about all that exciting stuff. These are old characters. It's this hand mystic team, and I think right now this is winning my award, the Liam Aiden Gameplay Award, for worst team in Marvel Strike Force. This team, ladies and gentlemen, is total trash. Now, I unlocked this team by accident. I mean, obviously, so you begin with Elektra. Elektra is one of those characters that you're just kind of given at the beginning of the game. Nobu I did actually purposely unlock, but everybody else, Sorceress, Sentry, and Assassin, I just unlocked randomly from orbs, so didn't go after any of them. And then I thought, you know what? Okay, great. This is a mystic team here. I need a mystic team to start taking a look at those the mystic levels that I need to unlock. There's some really cool farms in there. So I did put a little bit of investment into this team. Now, obviously, they're not amazing. They're all low stars. The gear is just so-so. I'm only a mid-level player myself, remember, so nothing too fancy here, but they are just total trash. Let's take a look in Blitz. Now, let's see. Let's take the sim off here, and let's just give them a go. Let's see how they do. So, obviously, okay, so this is my roster. So my top team obviously still got Defenders and Sinister Six at the top there. Then there's quite a big drop-off from the 250 range down to 180 for my Power Armor Light, and then it really heavily drops off. My kind of random hero, City Heroes, Fantastic Four, and then, here we go, the Mystic Hand right here puts them in 6th position in my roster at just under 100,000 power. So for my roster, they're not great, but they're also not nothing. Okay, they're kind of like a medium level team. They're only just lower than my Fantastic Four team here. I have invested in them in a little bit. We're talking gear level 9 and 10. Yes, the stars are low and not everyone's red starred, but we got a lot of synergy going on there. These guys shouldn't be ridiculous. So here, let's see how they do against this opponent. Actually, okay, don't want to take them against the X-Men. And that one's more powerful. Let's do this. So it's got Minerva, it's got some power armor, but that's not an amazing team. 86,000, and I'm at 97, and my team has synergy. It's a full-on squad. Normally, I'd say, yes, we stand a good chance here. We should be able to do this. Let's just take a quick look at how this trash team does against these random opponents. Random opponents who are a good 10,000, 13,000 less power than them. Okay, so let's try and take out Minerva first, because she's going to be a real pain, obviously, with her revive and health steal that she's got going on. So maybe, nope. Okay, so we did some damage. Let's call in some minions. Now let's use the Sorceress to get some heal up on us. Sure, let's drop the smoke screen. Okay, didn't really do much, because Iron Man was able to hit with his AoE there. And then, of course, we've got the taunt. Now the taunt, Hulk's taunt is just the worst, because it's really going to stop us from taking out Minerva or any of the other damage dealers. And Iron Man, Falcon, and War Machine are all damage dealers. So dodge. That's the one good thing this team has going for it, is dodge. The characters do occasionally dodge. Okay, great. Took out Minerva. Perfect. Now we're moving forward. Now we're cooking with gas. But boom, that AoE from War Machine, and suddenly we're down to 2. Nobu and Sorceress. We're dead, folks. We're so dead. Now they do have some synergy here. Obviously there's that power armor synergy they've got going on, but we should have been able to do this. What was it, 86 to 97? So we've got an 11,000 bump up on them, and we should have synergy with all of our folks here because they're all hand and all mystic, and we were just blown out of the water. That dodge is worth nothing, especially with the multiple attacks. We took out Minerva and we just about took out Hulk. That was terrible. I completely regret investing in this team. I totally and utterly regret investing in this team at all. They're total trash. Do not invest in Hand Mystic. That is my message to you. Even my second worst team, I'd say the second crappiest team that I've encountered in Marvel Strike Force has to be the Cree minions. And even this team, I would say, is a lot better than Mystic Hand. So look at this, 67, 63. That's a kind of similar, in terms of the power ratios that we had before, this is even closer than that, but I'd say it's a sort of similar matchup. We're talking about these minions. You only really farm these minions to unlock Nick Fury. They don't really have much utility in and of themselves, and once again, they're going up a kind of random Avengers-ish style team with Captain Marvel and Wolverine, and look at how much better they do in this situation. Again, you know, similar amount of synergy, but just a much better team. They're much better at actually supporting each other. They can take a lot more damage, and they can put out a lot more damage as well. They're so much more effective, and this is otherwise a pretty rubbish team. Literally, you know, to get Nick Fury is the only reason to farm Cree minions. But they, hands down, are 1,000 times better than Mystic Hand. And that's really saying something. We've done this now. We've got this in the bag. They're about to take out Captain Marvel, and then Wolverine will not... Okay, so we lost the Oracle. But this team is still standing. It's 4 against 1. Boom. Wow. Even Cree minions are better than Hand Mystic. Obviously there are other Hand characters in the game, Hand Archer and Hand Blade Master. They don't have the Mystic tag, so I've unlocked them, but I've not bothered doing anything with them at all. I mean, you kind of use them. They're the minions that Nobu calls in. They're just as bad, frankly. I really don't see any reason to invest in Hand right now. Now, Nobu, maybe Nobu himself does have some utility, and I think you can use him. I am actually using him as part of a random mishmash team for those Mystic Shards, and you can use him to unlock some legendaries too. Hand Assassin, I mean, maybe she has utility just because her attacks could be pretty powerful, but again, she's just too squishy, and I think the lack of synergy, lack of any effective synergy, is a real downer. And then Hand Sorceress, maybe she has some utility standalone as a healer to kind of throw in on Mystic squads. They're the 3 that maybe you could have some use for, but even then, I mean, they're pretty low down the totem pole. There are so many other good attackers for the Mystics, and in terms of healers, you've got many other great choices, I think, there. So I really just don't invest in this team, guys. Don't invest in Hand at all, let alone Hand Mystic as a team for those Mystic nodes. Totally not worth it. There are obviously a bunch of other Mystic characters that you can choose from when you're looking to get your first Mystic team. Obviously, as I said, I'm kind of using a hodgepodge with America Chavez and Iron Fist in there, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a dedicated Mystic team going with Ghost Rider, maybe Elsa Bloodstone, some Norbo, maybe some Scarlet Witch. There's so many things. I mean, obviously the Asgardians, some of those fall into that category too. You've got so many things to play around with here. Hand are just terrible. Do not invest. But what do you think? I know that there's been talk of a rework for Hand that's been kind of going around for a long time now. I'm not really sure if anything is going to come of it. If any team needed a rework in Marvel Strike Force, Hand would definitely be at the top of my list. But I'd be really keen to hear your guys' experiences with Hand. and with the Mystic nodes in general. What teams are you using, and what do you think of the hand as a team? Have you found any use for any of those characters? Maybe even the ones that I highlighted, Nobu, Sorceress, and Assassin. Are they people that you're regularly using in your roster? Have you invested in a hand roster and regret it? Do you think they need a rework? Do you think we're going to get a rework? Do you agree with my assessment of them as the worst team in game? I'd love to hear your comments. As always, comments, suggestions, criticisms, welcome down below. That is all for Liam Maiden gameplay today. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me and exploring this truly terrible team. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, look after each other.